What up, y'all? It's your boy J Rich TV back again with another video this time, man. This has been like a great week for One Piece, man, all around. Man, just we got so much to unpack, man. But I'm bringing you this video basically because I gotta go over some theories and some chapter analysis with you guys. There's so much secret. I want to start off with saying this. This video is basically about Kaido and his and what he said in chapter 987 regarding to the Minks as he told them pirates will eventually betray you. Basically, I'm covering the betrayal of Rox Dieselbeck and the Rox crew. Let's get into it, man. Straight up. Okay. Back in 987, Kaido, as he's sitting in the moonlight or whatever as a dragon, you know, the memes are going in their Sulong transformation. Kaido highlights that, yo, pirates will eventually betray you, my man. It's just like that. Now, we all know that's kind of sort of true. You can't even call Kaido a liar for saying that. But check this out, though. Why is he saying that? What is his motivation? I have figured it out. Go back to chapter 957. Chapter 957, we got the bounties of the legends and the bounties of the four Yonkos currently. Now check this out, man. If you look at Sengoku's flashback, either on page 9 or 14, one of those pages, Sengoku was having a flashback inside of his afro. In his afro, you see Garp and Roger, what looks like Garp and Roger fighting against Rox Dieselbeck and the other prominent members, Big Mom, Kaido, and Whitebeard. But that's what Oda wants you to think. Look at the image again. Look at the way that Whitebeard is holding his weapon. If you look at Whitebeard, he's holding his weapon as if it looks he's going to chop Garp. But no, he's holding his weapon like this, like, like as if he's doing a battle cry, a battle charge, you know? Whitebeard was actually charging at Kaido in that panel. And you can see Roger obviously going up against Rock, and Big Mom was actually taken on by Garp. See, they were switching sides the whole battle. And when I say switching sides, I mean that Garp, Roger, and Whitebeard were switching opponents. You know what I'm saying? Back and forth, you know, like, because it took all of them to defeat that fraction of a crew. Think about that. You got all those Conqueror's Haki users on that island clashing. Now check this out. Just look at the picture. Look at Sengoku's afro. You see Garp. You see Roger at the bottom of the pile up charging in with his sword. You see Garp charging in the middle with the fist. And you see Whitebeard up here doing this. Whitebeard is actually on their side fighting against Rox, Kaido, and Big Mom. That's what that is. Oda already gave us this without even telling us. Oda, genius. Oda, you are a genius, bro. I will never deny you that. Ever since the beginning of this series. So check this out. I also believe that was the day that Whitebeard betrayed them. It was also shown in 957. I'm going to keep saying it. You got to look at the afro. Look at Sengoku's afro and look at how the pictures are drawn. It's clearly a 3-on-3 between Rox, Kaido, and Big Mom versus Garp, Roger, and Whitebeard. A 3-on-3. That is sick, man. Oda gave us this without even telling us. Oda gave us the betrayal of Rox without even telling us. He vaguely revealed it. That's what I love about Oda. He put so much emphasis in his context clues. And those of you who like only read the story for the basis, I mean, like you literally read and just look at the pictures and never look into the words specifically, how they're said, read, and understood. Like for example, 965 through 968, some of the great, interesting chapters with loads of information. Now, I noticed there was a correction around 965 or something like that where Roger was holding Momonosuke, and it says, I haven't held a baby in quite a while. Well, that's the one, when I read the manga when it first came out. So the words that I'm going to paraphrase are the words that I'm using from the original manga that aired the day it came out. Now, Roger said, this is the original manga, I haven't held a baby in quite a while. Momonosuke it was it? Rayleigh highlights reminds me of the old days. Now, in today's chapter, if you go back and look at that, Rayleigh will say, they remind me of my childhood. Roger will still highlight that he hasn't held a baby in a while. But the thing is this, in the original chapter, because this is why it's changed. Oda he knows that Shanks being the son of Rocks is a very popular theory going on now, and that's probably spoiled some reading for him or some writing. Because Oda, I think Oda had that changed. Because in the original, Rayleigh said it reminds me of the old days, which was clearly an implication of the day that they found a 1-year-old baby Shanks aboard the Rock Zebeck ship known as the Saber of the Beck. Now check this out. I want to talk about Shanks for a moment. Yes, Shanks is 39. He's currently the youngest Yonko. He's been a Yonko for 6 years. Shanks became a Yonko at the age of 33. Luffy was only 13. When Shanks turned 34 in his 4th year of becoming a Yonko, no, I'm saying that wrong. When Shanks turned 37, that was his 4th year of being a Yonko. Luffy just turned 17 and he was actually setting out to sea. Also, Shanks was 15 when Roger was executed. Because if you look at it, Shanks and Blackbeard met as pirate apprentices 26 years ago. They met 2 years before Roger's execution on that island. Now, as far as the interactions, I'm not sure, but check this out. I want to talk about Shanks' scars. Shanks was 13 when he first saw Blackbeard, or when Blackbeard first saw him. Blackbeard was 14. Hawkeye Mihawk is older than both Shanks and Blackbeard, because Hawkeye is 41 currently. Blackbeard is 40, Shanks is 39. How coincidental is that? Hawkeye is 41, Blackbeard is 40, Shanks is 39, and these three all have ties with each other. Kind of. I'm not sure about Hawkeye Mihawk and Blackbeard, but Shanks and red hair, Blackbeard, Also, yes, so Shanks met Blackbeard at the age of 13. Also, when he met Blackbeard at 13, they were still pirate apprentices. But let's talk about Shanks' scar. If you go back and you watch the animated manga, not the manga, but if you watch the anime, when Shanks met Yasopp, he covered up his left eye. If you notice when Shanks met Luffy, of course he already had Yasopp with him at that time, but when Shanks met Luffy, he had his scars. But when Shanks met Yasopp, they covered up his left eye. If he didn't have the scars, they wouldn't have covered up his left eye. So clearly he had the scars when he met Yasopp. And that was before Shanks really started his own crew like that. So what I'm saying is, Shanks got those scars before he started his own crew. And they were still members of the Roger and Whitebeard Pirates. But what I don't get is this, though. Here's the thing. This is what I believe happened. When they were on that island and they were meeting up with Whitebeard, and Marshall D. Teach first noticed Shanks, they didn't really have that much of an interaction at all. I'm saying that when Roger set sail for the last island along with Odin, and they left Shanks and Buggy behind, Shanks had an encounter with the Whitebeard pirates that really resulted in him clashing with Blackbeard. Now, I believe that maybe Shanks was on some island somewhere, relaxing and exploring, training, trying to become stronger so that one day he'll set out to sea on his own. Because, that's what you do. You got to become strong to set out to sea. You got to have a good level of base strength to survive. So I believe that Shanks and Blackbeard ran into each other while Roger and Odin and the rest of the crew were still sailing towards the last island. Shanks and Buggy got left behind because they were too young. So at this time, they were still doing their own thing while under the flag of Roger. Now, I believe that there was an island that the Whitebeard Pirates may have been randomly at, that Shanks and Buggy may have been randomly at, just by fate, by chance. Blackbeard and Shanks, they had words that resulted in them getting into a skirmish. Blackbeard caught Shanks. He didn't catch him off guard, but he caught Shanks with a 3-star. That is why Shanks is really so concerned about Blackbeard, because Blackbeard can fight you straight up. He can. He'll be dirty about it, but he can fight you straight up. He'll give you a fair one. It's going to be a difficult one because you wouldn't expect somebody like Blackbeard, but Blackbeard can throw hands. I'm just saying. Now check this out. Shanks' converse. Let's look at Shanks' name real quick before I start. Shanks' name, red-haired Shanks. That's all we know. Look at Rox v. Zebeck's name. Zebeck is French. It has French history. It has French origin connected to Zebeck. If you look at red-haired, type in red-haired in French. It translates to Le Roux. What I'm saying is Zebeck and Leroux are both of French origin. So I'm saying that Shanks' name and Zebek's name have relation, considering that they're both of French descent. So I believe that Leroux Shanks, redhead, like Shanks Leroux, because that's how they would say it in French. But I believe that redhead Shanks, aka Leroux Shanks, is the son of Zebek, considering that their names have both French relation. And if you look at the aging of Shanks and the events of God Valley, which happened 38 to 40 years ago, Shanks is 39, the youngest Yonko. So and he doesn't have a devil fruit, which is a testament of his strength. And really, his strength is hockey. See, people always speculate we don't know Shanks' power yet, but actually we have. We've seen it since the beginning of the series. It's hockey, obviously. Shanks doesn't have a devil fruit, but what has he shown us since the beginning of the series, especially when he's shown Luffy? Hockey. Shanks is clearly a hockey master. Shanks is a hockey master. He has all three levels to all three individual forms of hockey. There are three levels to each individual form. Armament. You got regular armament, base, which is the base armament. Then you got Ryuo. Now there's a third level after that. We don't know what that is yet. But there has to be a third level. I mean, come on. There's the end game coming up. There has to be a third level of each of these hockeys. So yeah, observation, the regular observation, then there's the advanced future sight observation. There's got to be something above that. Conquerors. Now there's regular conquerors where you have a moment of will, you release your spirit, you knock everybody out. Then there's selective conquerors, which is the color of the supreme king. When you're clashing with somebody and you're applying it inside your attacks, it's when you're applying it in your attacks. So that's the second level of conquerors hockey, which would be the color of the supreme king. Also, there's a third level of conquerors, I believe, which I speculate to believe called will of the emperors. That's just my experience. Now, Shanks, like I said, his name, Leroux, if you translate it in French, that means red hair. Zebek has French origin, is a French name in general. I believe that his epithet, though, Roxy the Vega, I believe his epithet may have been something related to red. If if Shanks is red hair, I believe his father must have been red beard. Also, ship and look at the figurehead where the cannon usually are, like at the front, the figurehead of the ship, it's a man smiling with dreadlocks. I believe those dreadlocks are going to be colored red in the future anime. When the anime episodes come out, I believe that those dreads are red. We're going to have red dreads. Also, I want to talk about Blackbeard quite for a moment. 957, not 957, 966 or 965. Roger and Whitebeard. When they met up on that island, man, and Buggy started talking to Shanks about Blackbeard, he told him that he hasn't slept. He told him that the dude can't sleep. He's kind of like a monster. Remember, Marco talked about Blackbeard's weird body. I know I keep adjusting my hat. I'm sorry, y'all. Marco highlighted Blackbeard having a weird body. Now, obviously, we know that this weird body allows him to have multiple devil fruits, specifically 2. But check this out. Blackbeard, as a kid, he's been rumored to never really sleep. There's a devil fruit in One Piece called the Fumin no Mi, which actually gives its user the ability to never sleep, as well as perform that same effect on others just by touching them. So what I'm saying is this. I'm saying if Blackbeard can inherit multiple fruits, what's to say he can't, which is 2, what's to say he can inherit 3 fruits, maybe 4? Who knows? Because we don't know how many fruits he can actually inherit. We don't know how many fruits he has a limit on. We don't know if 2 fruits are his limit or not. It hasn't been confirmed. So this is a great theory. Delia D. Mokuzai. The Mokuzai D clan. The D clan is resided of multiple families. The Mokuzai family, specifically Delia, I don't know if you should research this character. They're a part of the ancient kingdom in the past. Delia D. Mokuzai, she wielded the power of the Fumin no Mi. Now I'm saying this. I believe that Marshall D. Teach has some relation to these people. Marshall D. Teach is a D clan member. I'm saying one of his clans whichever clan Marshall originated from. His parents may have known someone who had that fruit, or they may have had it themselves. I don't know. But the fumin, F-U-M-I-N, F-U-M-I-N, the fumin no mi. It's an ability that allows you to never sleep. Now, Blackbeard has a weird body. He can have multiple devil fruits. He can have multiple personalities. But what's to say he can't have the will of multiple personalities? You see what I mean? Blackbeard already inherited the will of Zebek. Blackbeard was born a year before Shanks. That's 2 years before God Valley. Blackbeard inherited the will of Zebek, but Shanks is the actual son of Zebek, which is why he went to go speak to the girl say about Blackbeard and Rocks. See, people believe he was talking about Blackbeard mainly, but no, it was really Rocks D. Zebek he was talking about, because he knows that he's still alive. Also, he knows that Blackbeard inherited the will of Zebek. So these Wano events are really, really significant to the Rocks Pirates. Now, like I was saying, that fumin fruit, it's a fruit that doesn't allow you to sleep. What if Teach already had that as his first fruit, uneven beknownst to his own knowledge yet? What if Teach didn't even know he had that fruit until later on in his youth? Because think about this now. Teach got the Teach as a kid stated by Buggy that he never sleeps. Think about how long he's been a part of the Whitebeard crew, and think about this. He never sleeps. Go back to the day that he killed Thatch. Blackbeard has been rumored as a child to have never slept at all. He killed Thatch in the night for the devil fruit. So that's just a testament right there. Blackbeard, the whole time while he was on Whitebeard's ship, he was never even sleeping. So that just tells me right there, what if Blackbeard had a devil fruit already before the dark no mi. I forgot the name of it. I forgot the name of the dark fruit. But I'm saying, what if he actually had the sleep, the fumin, F-U-M-I-N, that fruit no mi. What if he had that fruit before the darkness fruit, man? Because remember, he couldn't sleep ever since a child. I mean, he could have been born this way. Hey, he could have been born this way. Really, he could have. But when I say born this way, I mean, yes, he could have been born with that multiple abnormal body, yes. But of course, nobody's born with a devil fruit. However, Blackbeard was born that way, to have a multiple consuming body and a weird body that allows him to have multiple wills and personalities of people, as well as devil fruits. Think about this. I believe that Rocks D. Zebek had the darkness fruit. I believe that Rocks D. Zebek had it. But I also believe that it sunk in the sea along with the original Saber of Zebek that was rumored to have sunken along with the island that Sengoku talked about, the Beehive. Or if it was even Beehive. No, it wasn't even Beehive. I think it was God Valley. It was either Beehive or God Valley that sank along with Rocks' ship. And they supposedly saying Rocks is no longer of this world or whatever. So his history was erased, but clearly Shanks is still here, so technically not. But it's just they do their best to. But since Shanks was raised on Roger's ship, they really couldn't touch Shanks, and Shanks got to grow up, and he established his own power. He established himself as a position of power. That was redundant. I'm excited, man. This is my stuff. But anyway, man, what else? I'm trying to think, man. There's so much, man. I'm gonna be doing a lot of theories and analysis videos coming up. And I hope you guys are all doing well, especially during this COVID. You know what it is, man. I really hope you guys are out there hanging in there, doing your best, staying hydrated, staying clean, keep yourself sanitized, all that good junk. But check this. The fumin no mi. Blackbeard was born with an abnormal body, yes, but what if he had what if he later ate devil fruit as a kid, unknowing that it was a devil fruit? And his devil fruit somehow allowed him not to sleep. I'm just saying, man, it's possible. It's called the fumin no mi. F-U-M-I-N. Its former user was Delia Mokuzai of the Delia D Mokuzai. So I'm saying, what if Blackbeard's family had this fruit and they just passed it down to him, or he just accidentally found it, or he accidentally discovered it and ate it? Because remember, Blackbeard has never slept since he was a kid.
When he killed Thatch, think about that. When he killed Thatch, who all was sleeping that night? You know what I'm saying? It was nighttime it was at night on the sea when he killed Thatch. Everybody else was asleep, and in the morning they discovered it. Blackbeard never sleeps, which is only a testament to him possibly having 3 fruits, and specifically the Fume no Mi, which he could have possibly had before the darkness or the Gura Gura. Man, because it's crazy. Oh yeah, and let's check this out, man. Like I said, Shanks was 37 when Luffy first set out to sea. Shanks was in his 4th year of being a Yonko when Luffy first set out to sea at 17. Shanks was 15 years old when Roger was executed. If you take 39 minus 24, because look at this. Let's take this, for example. 39 minus 20 equals 19. 19 is the current, let's check this out. Current Shanks, 39 years old. Take away 20 years, because that's the difference between him and Luffy. Take away 20 years, he'll be 19. Now, of course, this means Luffy's not even born. So what I'm saying is this. 19-year-old Shanks. Gold Roger died 24 years ago. Luffy is 19. If you take away 19 from 24, that leaves 5, which means Roger died 5 years before Luffy was born, and Shanks was 15. Now, when he met Mihawk, because Mihawk was 17 at Gold Roger's execution. Mihawk was 17. Shanks met Mihawk maybe at the age of 18 and Mihawk was 20, or he met him at 16 and Mihawk was 18. But yeah, man, it's crazy. And if you look at Gold Roger's execution and you see Shanks holding his head over his head like this, if you notice, he's purposely covering the left side of his face. Shanks got those scars while he was still a member of the Roger Pirates, but Shanks got the scars while Roger were on their last adventure. When Roger was on his last adventure, that's when Shanks got his scars from Blackbeard. It was during the skirmish of that time when they were apart. But anyway, man, that's what I got for you so far. I got a lot more coming, man. We're going to be unpacking this stuff like a mug, man. I got some Zoro videos coming. I got some more Rocks videos coming. It's going to be good, man. It's going to be real good. Real good. Real good. Oh, yeah, Luffy was 13 when Shanks became a Yonko, too. Shanks was 33. And also, I just had to say this. We know that Luffy was 7 when he met Ace, because Ace was 10 years old. Ace is 3 years apart from Luffy. Remember when Garp first took Luffy to the Mountain Bandits village and he said, you can't go back to that place anymore? I believe that the reason he couldn't go back to that place was specifically him having a meeting with Shanks. See, Luffy being the grandson of not only Garp, but also the son of Dragon, that puts a target on his back already. Because Dragon was already a radical revolutionary during this time. But also, if you look at the fact that Dragon is Luffy's father and Garp is Luffy's grandfather, then on top of the fact that he met Shanks as a kid too, man, Luffy, you causing hella attention. You bringing hella attention to yourself, man. That's why Garp raised him there. See, if Luffy was really raised anywhere else, he would be found and killed based on Dragon's exploits. Roger purposely had Luffy and Ace living with the Mountain Bandits, obviously to keep their heads low from the Marines. But Luffy, more importantly, I mean, I know Ace was the son of Goldie Roger, but Luffy, more importantly, given the fact that his grandfather is the world's greatest Marine, his father became a criminal, and on top of that, he just met the man who Garp actually saved at the age of 1 year old. See, Shanks was 1 year old when Garp and Roger discovered him on the Saber of Zebek. So Garp saw Shanks as a big bad influence on Luffy. So that's why I think after Luffy met Shanks, that's when Garp decided to move him to that village to keep his identity and his family lineage protected. He didn't want Luffy's ties with Shanks to get him tracked down by the government. Because Garp already knew that if I let Luffy associate with the son of the Rocks, D. Zebek, oh my gosh, it's only gonna, which, hey, look what happened. That's why Garp has so much hatred towards Shanks, because he discovered him as a kid and he wanted Shanks to not be a pirate. But Shanks grew up to be a pirate. And the thing is, Garp wanted Shanks not to be a pirate due to the fact of his father being Roxy Zebek also. But when Shanks became a father, when Shanks became a pirate, it enraged Garp. And it enraged him even more when he found that he was a pirate that put Luffy and inspired Luffy to the path of piracy. That's what I got so far, man. I hope you guys love it. Enjoy. Laugh, share, subscribe. Feel free at your own risk, man. Love you guys. Got more content coming. And remember, a piece of life is life in one piece. Peace.